Welcome back, family. Timo Hunter here. I'm your host, Rich, and we're going to be doing the cover price top 20 for April 21st, 2025. They have a top 10 list that they put out every single week and a 10 more books that they put for runners up or honorable mention, whatever you want to say. So we're going to look at all 10 of them. This is very much in the same vein that JP's Budget Collecting, which goes on an hour after this, does with the CBSI and the Comic Tom list. So, much respect to him. Always watched his show, and I realized there's another list that he wasn't covering, so I figured, what the heck? Let me cover it myself. So if you ask Nate, it's a ripoff. Yeah, it is, but I'm still giving him props and respect for doing all the hard work in the first place. So, anyways, we have 20 books we're going to look at for this week. This is based on sales and increase in prices. It's automatically generated. There's no feelings involved in this. This is all through their computer system. So if you see something that you disagree with, just bear in mind that this is what we're paying for it. And there could be bad information in here, but it's based on what the information that is put into a listing on eBay or Craigslist or whatever, or even Heritage or whatever. So we got some interesting books here. Bear in mind that there are going to be books here that are going to be influenced by C2E2. You know, we get those wonderful comic book convention exclusives. At the end of it, I'm going to pick out a Boom and a Bust, a book that I think is the worst choice based on current prices and where I think it'll be in 6 months. It's, in my opinion, the worst investment. And the one that I think is the best investment, the Boom. Even if all 20 go down in value, then this is the one I think it will at least go down the least. If it's an older book, then I would say I get a choice in picking what grade. New books, we kind of assume it's going to be a 9.4 or higher candidate. So let's take a look at this list, shall we? Almost forgot to get the first book up and ready. We are coming in with Omega Man number 3, the first appearance of Lobo. Let me give myself a little bit. There we go. I see that Robert Monroe did drop by, but he's watching Sinners with his daughter. He's going to be watching the show later tonight, so good for you. Enjoy some family time. Anyway, let's see what the current price is of first appearance of Lobo. I see a slight downward trend. Last sales $300. So we're getting right back down to where it was prior to the breaking news of Jason Momoa playing Lobo, which will be happening in Supergirl. Was it World of Tomorrow? Whatever is the name of the movie that's going to be coming out next year. Looking forward to it. But what we don't know is, are we going to be getting any kind of a what would you say? A cameo, an end credit scene, anything in the Superman movie this year? If we see a little snippet of him playing it, like kind of like what do you call it, Thanos in the Avengers movie, fine, I'll do it myself. If you see something similar to that, then with Lobo, it's going to spike this book up. But currently, it's coming back down. We were hitting 400 earlier this year, which is still a ways away from the 554 from 2023. I think between now and the summertime, though, another few months, we still have the Thunderbolts. We still have the Fantastic Four. No, Superman comes out 2 weeks before Fantastic Four. So Thunderbolts is going to pull a little bit of attention off of this. So is a trailer of the next. I'm sure they're going to have another trailer of Superman. So between now and the movie breaking, I think this book can come down some more. And if he does not appear in the end credits or somewhere in the movie, it'll come down a little bit more until we actually see leaked photos, at least, or something trailer wise to show him on that, on the screen. They really wet everybody's whistle, if you will. Angry Straight White Male, what do you got here? I picked up 100 copies of the Wolverine number 8 Daniel Warren Johnson cover, and now I'm rich. I think you're referring to, this one. So good for you. We'll be hitting that one because I jumped ahead there, but that is in the number 1 spot this week. I don't know what the prices are, but we'll cover that when we get there. So looking at this, though, I think you just give it a little bit more time. You could still get it for a little bit less. I've been shooting for trying to get 260, 270 before the Superman movie hits. I think that's where, and after that, I think it's going to shoot up once we actually do see Momoa in makeup. Star Wars, the 2025 facsimile 1 in 25, the Jerry Ordway. This one came out 2 weeks ago. It's actually still going up a little bit. Let me see what we got going here. $35 for near mint plus, $43 for near mint. I think that 43 is just because it popped up on the list of people like, oh, a 1 in 25. Oh, let me see if I can get caught up with what you're saying here. Now I know what number one is. Okay. I know you're kidding. That's why I'm laughing. Wow. Make me feel useless. Anyway, I don't think this is a great cover, man. I'm sorry. It kind of looks like the Stormtroopers. You know what the Stormtroopers remind me of? You ever see History of the World Part 1? You see all the Roman soldiers after they got they got stoned on wacky weed. And they're just like walking around in the field. What do you think of the Roman Empire? Frick it. So they look like they're stoned out of their mind. They're I mean, who stands there with both knees bent? I don't know. And yeah, the proportions of Darth Vader don't look right. I don't like it. So I mean, it's a 1 in 25, and it's hot. Second week in a row on the hot list, and it's still not even a double ratio. So this book is definitely going to come back down. That cover is it is, and and it's it's not even a good. It's not a good artwork in the first place, and they couldn't afford a colorist. I know they meant black and white, but maybe if you added some color, it wouldn't look quite as horrific. Still better than most things that Frank Miller put out. But anyway, this one's definitely going to come back down again. I think it's just got its week too high, and it's going to drop back down. Hellboy, Seed of Destruction from March 1st, 1994, the first Hellboy solo series. Wow, I'm surprised this is up here. I have not heard any new words about another movie. I know the last one was horrible. We have $350 for a 9.8 back in March. $41 for near mint. And that's the most recent sale from 2 days ago. Okay. It's a Dark Horse book from 1994. So, wow, think about that. That's 31 years ago. Let's everybody get old. It's a good cover. Plus Monkey Man and O'Brien by Art Adams. I wouldn't be against buying myself a beautiful condition raw for $40-$50, but I'm not interested in buying a 9.8 for $350. Although a 9.8 is probably going to be tough to get with that dark cover. Hellboy he's a great character. I just think that the last movie kind of screwed it up. Hopefully they have something that comes out with him soon. Oh my God, The Crooked Man was pretty bad. I have it in 4.5 out of 10. Hellboy 2019 really wasn't that bad in my opinion. Hellboy is a great character when he's written right. I mean, he's got some really good depth of character. The character is deep. I don't know what's spiking this up here right now, but I would be looking honestly for a nice near mint plus for $40-$50 before I try to drop $350 for a 9.8. Just my opinion. Amazing Spider-Man number 546 from 2008. That first full appearance of Mr. Negative, first appearance of the second Jackpot, first cameo appearance of Freak, and remember, it's the Brand New Day series, which was a horrible storyline. What do we got going on here? Huh? Wow, look at this, 9.8s. Fair market value, 175. Now, last sale, 156. Near mint sold for 30, which is a little bit above FMV, but no sales in the last couple of days. 18th was the last sale. 17th was for Very Fine, and that's about it for the last week. So really not that many sales here. It doesn't look like a lot of people are looking for this. I don't know what has spiked it onto the hot list. I don't see quantity of sales or price-wise driving it up. Maybe just people searching for it. I don't know. But this was a very overprinted book and not great paper quality and not great storyline and meh. I think that's it in a nutshell. Daredevil number 131, first appearance of Bullseye. Really, really great cover there. I never liked the yellow barcode there. I just hated it. Bullseye never misses. Let's see. This is going to be dropping down. Look at this here. Wow. Wow. A 9.8 sold on the 15th for $3,000. 9.6 sold for $850 on the 23rd. 699 9.4. I'm trying to see recent sales. 425 for a 9.0. That's actually not bad. Near mint, 375 for a raw on the 13th. The 19th, a fine sold for 150. I wouldn't mind getting this book, and we're going to get into Bullseye again. I mean, he no dead yet, you know. I wonder if we're going to get him in the Punisher series in that special presentation that's going to come out. This is kind of like the first appearance of Sabretooth. This is one of those books that you would really want to get, and this might be a decent time to start looking into it. I mean, 8.5 just sold a week ago for $255. That's a really good price. Wow, $255 for an 8.5. That's a good price. And every time Daredevil series or special or anything happens, Bullseye is kind of married to it. And it was a pretty decent opening fight scene. So I think this has some legs going forward. I mean, just for the fact that Bullseye is, you know, a very popular character in the comic books amongst Daredevil fans. This is not a bad time to pick this one up. Strike those deals. The Daredevil series is over. Everybody's attention is going to be switching to Star Wars with Andor and May the 4th coming up, which has got the Tales of the Underworld. Looks really, really, really great. And what do you call it? Thunderbolt's coming out. Nobody's going to be talking Daredevil. So this might be a good time to grab one of those books between now and, say, another 2 weeks. All right, next up, we got Sister Imperator. This is the issue number 1 from Dark Horse. This is on the list for the last 2 weeks now. This is, I think, the 3rd week in a row. This is not the red foil. We see Near Mint Plus on the 9th, sold for $9. Near Mint Regular is now dropped and selling for $8. I wonder if I can zoom in and see the price on this thing. I doubt it. No. From the World of Ghosts. So it's almost back down to cover price on this. I don't see any ratio variance on it. There is a red foil from the Ghost web store. That one sells for $62. I think that might be people buying this and just ordering and trying to get a copy of this at the same time. Down 12%. Do we have it? Oh, look at this. Last recorded sale. Do we have any? Oh, 189 sales. Wow. So it's trading hands a lot. But overall, I haven't heard people talking about the story much. So it's almost cover price. If you want to pick one up and read it, go right ahead. Oh, okay. I just had to see what was the midway point. All right, coming up next, we have the DC All-In Special. First appearance of the Absolute Universe Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Still holding strong on this list and creeping a little bit higher on the price, which is nice to see. April 4th, a 9.8 sold for $170. I see now the $86 yesterday for 9.8. Hopefully you didn't pay that $170. Near Mint's now going for 13. Near Mint Plus going for 16. I think this is going to creep down a little bit more. A lot of these were sold. I think a lot of people did not send these to CGC because they just weren't going up in price. Everybody's looking for the Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman books. Nobody was really caring about this one. Now it's kind of like an afterthought. So now I think people are sending this book in, and you're getting more and more on the market. I think that $86 is going to come down a little bit more. I think you're going to wind up seeing it more like $65, $70 within a couple of months. Next up, we have, good old-fashioned goodness from 1990. Spider-Man #1, the Todd McFarlane silver cover. I didn't like the silver cover so much. I like the direct sale. I love the gold. But just about the silver, I didn't like. But there were, oh man, look how many covers there were. Look. Remember the poly bag? Jeez. All right. Let's find out what's this particular one actually selling for now. Current trend down 6%. A CGC 10.0 sold in 2022 for 6,800. Jeez. 9.9 is just sold for $800, which is down from 950. Interesting. 9.8 is now selling for 65. Once the people got those 9.9s, the 9.8s are not as attractive anymore. You might be walking around with a girlfriend who's a 9, but if all of a sudden you see a 10, like, whoa. Then you get smacked real hard. Near Mint's selling for 19, which is up a little bit, but $20 is, about what you would pay for like a really great copy in a raw. Now, even though this was very, very highly printed, it still is 35 years old. So just remember that. This is not a book that's ever going to go through the roof. It's not a book that's ever going to lose all value. It's got to be one of those books that, like Spawn and Venom, that everybody has a copy of, and you got to have a copy too, just to be part of the club. $65 for a 9.8. That's a nice price to pay. 60, 65. That's fantastic. I would definitely want to grab that. Although the way the stock market performed today, you might not want to buy anything. I don't know. X-Men issue number 4, the first appearance of Omega Red. Issue number 4 from 1992. Why is Omega Red popping up on here? I have no idea when the next series of X-Men 97 is going to come out. We did see a little cameo of him in that. I'm not aware of him being in anything coming up as far as an MCU project. So 9.8, $100. Actually, that's a high sale for the FMV of 84. Near Mint selling for 10, also the same day. Larry, what you got here? Guess who's picking an X-Men 130, 9.4 for $100, less than I sold my 9.2. Nice. Very, very good. But you always have a very good way of grabbing those books and flipping them and upgrading them without really taking too much out of your pocket. So you have a great method for building your collection. I'd love to. You got to make a video or something that shows your top books at the end of the year, man. It's 2025. I don't want to see mine. I want to see yours. So anyway, the X-Men first appearance of Omega Red. I don't see that character going anywhere. However, it is a Jim Lee cover. It's an iconic cover. Near mint for $10. That's a great price. Somebody just paid for that. Now remember, that's anywhere between a 9 and a 9.4. So a 9 is pretty, is a 9.4. Two big differences as far as prices. Then a 9.8, I think 100 is too much to pay for that. I'd be looking for more like 75 to 80 on that book. Next up, we have Star Wars Legacy. Darth Talon cameo, cover and brief synopsis. No story. Oh, wow. Now, I am not following what's going on with the celebration of the Star Wars celebration going on. I know they have a lot of different news stories and trailers and information that's dropping over there. But to my knowledge, they don't have anything coming out in canon-wise with Darth Talon. It's still, though, even that being said, it's still a great cover. Let's see. This is from 2006. So what do we got as far as prices? 9.8 just sold for 110, which is it's a little bit 10% over FMV. But near mint, look at this, near mint plus a 9.6 to a 10, just sold for $12. Near mint just sold for $12. So it never did really shoot up. And I don't see Darth Talon. I don't know, maybe it's video game related. It still is. It is a great cover. If you could pick up one in near mint in a raw for $10, $12, not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt to get that. We were celebrating Kathleen Kennedy retiring, but she said she will never quit, and we will have to pry the franchise from her cold, dementia-filled body. Jeez. She did say that she will not be looking to extend her current contract. She said she wanted to go out on a winner, but I think she realized that that's just not going to happen now. Wow, I hope that she is keeping her grubby little mitts completely out of uh, Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, I know that Filoni is the creative director. He's in charge, but you know that she's going to want to at least have something to say about it. So this way, when it does do well, she can say, "See, I was affiliated with that project. You know, I went and I got coffee for the guys. Whatever." I just I don't like the way she speaks about the fans. That's the biggest thing. She has her vision of what she wants Star Wars to be, and it is not in line with the majority of Star Wars fans. And when questioned about it, her mentality, her position is that the fans don't get to don't dictate the stories we write. We do. And my philosophy is no, we do. Because without us, you're writing a bunch of, you're going to have a bunch of flops. You're going to be losing a lot of money. You have to make what the customer wants. Look at Deadpool and Wolverine. Mic drop. Jeez. I heard her. She still has a position because she knows where the bodies are buried. Man. You know what? I almost said may she become one of them herself, but no, I don't. I don't wish that on anybody, but I just don't like what she's doing with a franchise that means so much to so many people. All right. So anyway, getting back to this, I'd be looking for a nice near mint raw for $12. I don't think I'd want to spend over 100 for a 9.8 on this. Um, that's just the way I feel about it. Stitch would not approve. No, he would not. All right. So I believe that we are at the halfway point. Let me just confirm this. Yes, we are. So I am going to. So Star Wars is buried. Ouch. Point for Larry. She buried it. Oh, shit. Yeah, exactly. All right. We're going to take a quick intermission between the second 10 and the first 10 so we can say thank you to all the Patreon members and the YouTube members that help keep the channel going. If you'd like to join, you can either join right here, right on the screen with YouTube members, not just subscriber, but member, or you can go to Patreon. The link is in the description, and just hang out with us, help support the channel, and get together with us once a month for some, which is this Saturday coming up. We all get together on a nice video chat, and you can just make it audio if you don't feel like being on the video. It's fine. And we just shoot the proverbial breeze for an hour, give away a few comic books, and just have some fun. So stick around. We're going to be right back with the top 10 intermission time. Thank you to everybody. All right, we're going to be hitting the top 10 now. Just a reminder, we're also at the halfway point. We want to just constantly just keep reminding you guys that Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics, it's got to get over there to help support comics curing cancer. We're going to be blowing away last year's total. I think we're going to shoot for $60,000 this year. Got some really nice books that I'm going to be donating over there for the October auction. It is a great way that they do things over there. If you make a donation, you are not sending the money to Rob. You're sending it directly to the American Cancer Society. They have their own link. They're registered and recognized by the American Cancer Society. So like if you go to the auction and you buy a book that costs, and you bid it up and it goes, boom, $200. You won the book. It's $200. Fantastic. You don't send $200 to Rob and then wonder, did he keep $10 or $100 or what? No. The link is you click on the link, it takes you to the American Cancer Society. You make a $200 tax deductible donation. He gets the notification that you made the $200 donation to pay for the book. And then he sends you the book shipping free worldwide. Better than this channel does, tell you that much. And if you like donate a lot of stuff and try to help promote the channel and everything else. I want people to compete with me, because get a nice American Cancer Society comics curing cancer. I mean, this is a coin. Okay, that's right. That's right. 2 years running. I'm going for number 3 this year. You want to get a coin? You got to compete with me. Come on, get those books out, make some donations, or start saving up the money and buy some books during the October auction. So just just flat out make a donation. Links are always going to be there. And in the meantime, make sure you get over there to Rob's Fast Stacks. Great content over there, and Only Slabs every Saturday, 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern Standard, live show. Pulls a different person on every week and shows 20 or so slabs from their collection. The best giveaway box on YouTube for comic books. Absolutely. And if you like really want to like see more of me, I'm going to be on May 15th, Saturday, May 15th, my 5th time on the show. Got some really good bangers to show. And I'm looking at one back there that you guys don't even know yet, because I didn't do an unboxing of this book. I'm saving it for that show, and I got something else to show as well. It's I think it's really going to make Rob smile, and I think it's going to make everybody smile. All right, let's get back to this countdown, though. We got the Helverine coming in at number 10, issue number 5, the Alessandro Cappuccio Hell Hulk, first cover appearance of Hell Hulk. And I could have swore I pre-ordered this, but I didn't get any. It came out April 2nd. Wow, that's down 4%. I expected it to drop a little bit, but wow, 9.8, and that was from 4.6, so I can't count that. $54. I don't think you're going to find them for $54 anymore if the near mints are selling for 18. That tells me that the 9.8s are probably going to be selling close at about 80. I could have swore I pre-ordered this book. I knew it was coming out. Everybody knew it was coming out. I think 18 is too high because everybody was already pre-ordering it. And this is a variant cover, so it's not just the first appearance of Hell Hulk; it's the first cover appearance. I think it's going to come down. I think the entire Helverine scenario, storyline, character, it's going to run its little, it's gauntlets, whatever. It's going to run its course, and then it'll fade into oblivion, into history. So right now, I just don't see it holding $18 for a near mint. I'm seeing this being more like a $10 book in 6 months from now. 9.8. So probably going to you're going to start seeing these for about 80, 85. And in the long run, 50 to 55 is going to be the correct price. Sorry. Action Comics issue number 1 from last week, the Dan Mora Superman Day Golden Age sized facsimile homage. There's a mouthful. I like the addition of the bullet holes, the broken windows. That's a good cover. That's a really, really good cover. And they're keeping it to the current movie's costume. I like that. Now, it's a golden age sized facsimile. Oh, so the book itself is golden age, like slightly larger, like a golden age book. Okay. Why did I just get logged out? Now I just got logged back in. What are you doing? Okay, you know what? I'm going to just refresh this real quick. Give me a second. I have no idea why I got logged out. We're sorry. The number you have reached. Come on, sign in. Oh, there is a giveaway going on C2E2 on cover price for C2E2 slabs, if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, I have no idea what happened there, but I just logged myself back in again. Now what do we got for prices on this? Jeez, no, I must have. Oh, wow, it was so small. I just skimmed right past it. $30. Eh, why? It's not a ratio. It's the the only thing I can think of is that maybe people just didn't want to order it because they didn't have personal golden age bags and they want to order a hundred of each just to put this one book. It's possible that people just like, I don't feel like bothering with it because of the size. I doubt it. And since I do doubt it, I also doubt that it's going to hold $30 for something that you could easily pre-order. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is gonna come down. Everything is Superman, Superman now. What's gonna happen after the movie leaves the movie theater? It's gonna drop down. All right, Star Wars Legacy. Oh, don't be a pain in the ass here. I'm not gonna have to reload every one of these screens, am I? Jeez. First appearance and origin of Darth Talon. There's definitely some Darth Talon love going on here. The other book was the first cover appearance. Here we have 125 for 9.8, FMV 111, so it's gone up. Near mints raws are still holding steady, 25, 27. So it's just the slab of books that people are going for. Again, I don't, even if we see this character, and maybe somebody saw them in the background or in the trailers or something, I don't know. But do you really think this character is going to be introduced and kept in, or is this going to be just like an Easter egg? What happens with Easter eggs? They all spike up and then drop down. If you're going to get Action #1 facsimile, you should get the original cover. I agree. I do agree. However, it's an homage. It's Superman Day 2025 homage. So it's not a facsimile. But you want something? It's sad that this facsimile is closer. Sorry, this homage is closer to the actual Action Comics #1 than a lot of the facsimiles these days. So, but point taken. Darth Talon. Again, I don't know if it's because of a video game or a new comic book run, or maybe somebody saw an Easter egg in one of the trailers. Even if she is in the Mandalorian Grogu movie, it's going to be an Easter egg type of thing. It's not going to be really introducing this character. I don't think they're doing something from the past, so I just wouldn't think that this character is going to have a long run of the books going up. So me personally, I would just not be jumping in on this and worried about getting FOMO for it. Reset. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, issue #3, the Darth Maul cover. And I always love this cover, by the way. You know what that reminds me of? Mark Spears. He uses that same color palette. Anyway, it's from 1999. What do we got here? 125 for the 9.8 on the 20th, which is lower than FMV. Nearman Plus 44.44. I got a feeling that might be the only one listing. $15 for Nearman. So this actually dropped down a bit in price. 9.8 in 2021 sold for $707. Ouch. So yeah. Although I think Whitwer is going to be playing a character or doing a voice in the Mandalorian group. I think I heard that. If I heard that correctly, and Whitwer is going to be doing some kind of a voice or something. He loves the convention circuit. He'll be signing in everywhere. This is a great book to get signed. So right now it's gone down a little bit, but if you get a chance to get him to sign because he did the great voice in Clone Wars and Rebels. Um, sorry, just Rebels, not Clone Wars. No, yeah, he was in Clone Wars. What am I saying? Um, yeah, that'd be a great book to get signed. Uh, I don't know what color I'd go here. Silver maybe would stand out with that, or Jedi yellow. No. Let me refresh again. We have Earth X issue number 12. This is the first cover appearance and one-page cameo appearance of Shalabal as the Silver Surfer. How many people are freaking out about the female Silver Surfer that they have in the Fantastic Four trailer and upcoming movie? I'm not so much worried about it because, again, this character did exist in the first place. It's not like they created them or they gender swapped Nora and Red, and they're part of a different universe, and they're going to be coming to our universe. So if their Earth or their universe, whatever, dies in an incursion, they wind up coming here, and this Silver Surfer um, perishes in that in that incursion event. And when they come here, they see a male version of the Silver Surfer, as in like Norrin Rad. I think that would be just freaking amazing. You could have the female version Shalabal in the Fantastic Four movie. The whole universe comes to an end. Reed Richards gets his family out, somehow gets to Earth 616, and as soon as they arrive, knowing that everything from the other universe is gone, they all of a sudden they see the Silver Surfer pull up, and it's a guy, and he introduces himself as Norrin Rad. I think that could be really amazing. It shows a difference in the character. It really emphasizes to them that they're in a different universe, and will make everybody go, "Thank God I have my Norrin Rad back again." That being said, this book is going to tank. Wow, it's already going down. Yeah, 238 for a 9.8 and less sale 219. So people are already I think right now dealers had these because they knew about it, and it's getting such negative reception that they're just using the hype to try to sell these and get them out of their inventory so they're not stuck with them. And you're going to be able to get some nice deals, but I think these deals are going to continue to go down. Wow. Okay. I have to back it up a little bit here so I can find you. Here we go. The CGI is terrible. Yes, provided it is the final CGI that we saw. I mean, we kind of defended that as well, it's not the finished product. And then we saw She-Hulk and we were like, oh yeah, it was. Never mind. It did kind of look like, one person told me, said it the best. They said, you ever see one of those guys that makes themselves look like they paint themselves bronze and they act like a statue in the park? That's what Shalabal kind of looks like. And it's true. It's true. Oh God! Seriously, 2007 Surfer just flat out looked good. It really did. Even by today's standards, it just flat out looked good. Call me crazy. I think that like the Transformers, the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, I think a lot of the special effects were actually better back then than they are now. I don't know why. And very rewatchable. She's going to die and set up our Silver Surfer Galactus. That's what I did. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Galactus, yes. I've accepted at my age that I am not the audience that Marvel Disney is going for. If you have money in your wallet, they should still respect you. Okay. I'm in my, I've been receiving mail from AARP for a couple of years. How about that? I spend a good deal of money on comic books, which goes to Marvel, which is owned by Disney. I spend the money at the movie theater, and it's not just me spending my money on the ticket. I go and say, okay, let me have a ticket. Let me get a large soda. Let me get the commemorative popcorn. I'm going to buy a t-shirt online. 1819, yes, I get it. That's the next generation. We got more money than they do, though. Okay. Theoretically, we should have already had our mortgages paid off and had more disposable income. So never never think that your money is not um, part of the equation. Amen. Yeah, I still think that's they. Maybe they have more. They're shooting for the next generation because they know I'm not going to be here forever. But they still better recognize that. Um, even the younger generation, they're not making their money back on a lot of these movies. I don't know what they're shooting for, but they're not making the money. They are losing money on these movies. So they had a certain formula before, they made money. They switch formulas, they're losing money. They made us look in the mirror and say, we got to do what we got to do to make some money. And if that means giving the dang audience what they want, regardless of their age, they need to do it. That being said, I think this character is going to die by the end of the movie, and I think this book is going to tank. So 219 for a 9.8. You're going to be wishing, if you had a copy of this, you're going to be wishing that you could get 219 in 2 months. I see this book being more like 119 in when the movie comes out, especially if she does die by the end of it. And as soon as like people see it opening weekend, you're going to see spoilers all over the place. Raws, I can't even see a reason to buy a Raw. I don't think the story was all that great in the first place. All right, next up, we need to refresh again. All new Venom, issue number 5. John, Tyler, Christopher, C2E2, the Mary Jane, not so negative space. This was in the number 1 spot last week, and now we're in the number 5 spot. And again, this is not a reverse negative. It's it's a very piss poor version of it. Only the sunglasses really gives me, I have to figure out where the line would be. But yeah, this is not a good reverse negative. They have not a negative space. They have not done a good one in a while. I see numbers going down already. No slabs. 125 for near mint plus, 100 for near mint. We gotta doesn't say how many. No, I'm sorry. This is not Wolverine. More like $1.19. Jeez. Love this cover, but it's already too expensive. Don't worry. It's the Wolverine one, the yellow one from a few years ago, has come down. This is definitely going to come down. And I do like the cover. I do like it. I disagree with calling it negative space variant. I'll look to getting this somewhere around September after it's dropped down to 60 or so. We'll see how it goes. Next up, we have another refresh coming. Exquisite Corpses. This is the Ash Can version of it from April 5th. The series dropped last week. Near mint, $40. It was, I see a $50 sale on the 20th. So I guess there was a 50 and then a 40 and several sales on the same day. $25 for very fine. No slab sales. Anybody reading Exquisite Corpses? I mean, I picked it up, but I didn't read the books yet. Had a bunch of different covers on it. Let's see what the prices of the regular book are. They're trending up a little bit. Well, geez. I see pre-releases, but I mean, I've already seen this book. I'm just wondering if anybody's actually reading this yet to get a feel for how good a story it is. Maybe I just pre-ordered it yet, which would explain why I haven't read it yet. Well, let's say May 14th for number 1. So ignore that man behind the curtain. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Ashcans usually hold some kind of value, but only if the story is good. So if anybody's read the Ashcan yet, give me any idea. Okay, and those are great books to collect, Larry, but you got to admit that this is the least negative space of his negative spaces, or at least a contender for it. Read it. You read comics. I just pick out the covers that look good. I also else bags and boards them, and I put them in a box once a day, pull them out and look at them. I never read them. I wish I had the time to sit down and read like I used to. Um, I'd say I probably get to read maybe about 20% of the books I actually buy, which is sad. Um, maybe someday I'll break a leg or something like that, and I'll have nothing to do but sit down and just read. Kenneth, hey, how's it going today up there in Virginia, sir? Welcome to the show. So, again, if the storyline is good, the ash cans usually hold some value. $50 is a bit much. I'm thinking 35 to 40 is probably a better price for it. Um, and it'll probably come down a bit over time. So, again, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is also on the cover. Yeah, it does say ash can on it. So if you read it and you think the story is good and it's going to get a lot of attention, then the ash can for 35, 40 maybe worth it. If you read it and went meh, then I wouldn't bother. All right. Coming to the top three. Coming in at number three, we've got that Sister Imperator. This time it's number 2 from last week. Whoa. This is the regular. Somebody spent $50 on this? What? That can't be right. Who the heck spending $50 on a regular issue number 2? I have no clue. Nor honestly do I want one. Jeez. The heck is going on with this? It looks like they got 3 and 4 coming out. I mean, why? I have no idea, guys. If anybody has any idea why Sister Imperator issue number 2 from last week is selling for $50, I'd love for them to chime in and let me know this. Yeah, 28 going all the way back. All these sales are up over $20. And right at this point, they were $4.99 before it and 20 some odd dollars after. So, so yeah, again, I have no clue. Maybe there's a different version of this book that was available only on the website. It's nice art. I don't know if the story is all that great. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. So I'm just going to safely say no. All right, number 2. We've got that Summer of Superman special. And honestly, I love this cover. I really, really do. When I saw this cover on the pre-order, I bought 2. And one of them is in this week's giveaway. Okay, for the new comic book day. So make sure you're here for the show on Wednesday. Make sure you go to last week's show, click like, subscribe, and drop a comment to get in the drawing. Okay, so I was very, very glad to pick up not just this copy. I got one for me, one for you guys, but I also got the crypto cover, which I thought was kind of cute too. This is the wedding of John Henry Irons, and Alana Lang. Yes. And actually, it really shot up high in price, and I saw that it's come back down. I see that there is somebody that is also pre-selling 9.8 for like $85 or something like that online. So there's my crypto. Yay. What do we got for actual sales now? Near Mint selling for 20, Near Mint Plus selling for 28. I saw this peaking up for close to like 40 at one point. 9.8's 110. Last sale 100. I did see somebody pre-selling it on a Facebook group for 85. Rob is here. Ah. Just redid the screen, you booger. Wow. He's gifted Team Ohana memberships to 5 lucky people. If you want to grab those, be sincere. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very, very much. I hope that I get to support your channel as much as you support mine. Wow. I literally, like 10 minutes before this show, redid the name page. So I'll get you, buddy. I'll get you. Yeah, no kidding. Drive by. Look, as much as I do love this cover, though, I think everybody did pre-order it. I think it's going to wind up dropping down to more like 15. It was a $6.99 cover price, so it's not going to be a $5 book. This does also have some really great places to get signed. If we get the Supergirl next year, if the actress does anything, that'd be a good book to have signed. 15, I think, is to 18 is where this book is going to be as far as your Raws, and I'm thinking 70, 75 maybe for a 9.8, just because it's a $6.99 price and it is so dang thick. Perfect timing as always. Then yes, absolutely, sir. All right, coming up at number 1, we have that Daniel Warren Johnson Wolverine number 8. First full appearance of Adamantine, which is a person or the name of a new metal. I couldn't even tell you. I'm not reading the series. This really, that really is a great cover. Yeah, I do like that cover. This needs to be a shirt. Yeah, yeah, I agree. But get it printed. Get and do it. Sell it. So this is selling for $35 for the. How many did you say you picked up? Jeez, and 130 for a pre-ordered 9.8. All right. I did see this book on the pre-order. I know a lot of people did. You said you picked up a bunch of copies. I scrolled back up to the top and I can see that. Did you actually get 100 copies of that? I mean, I can't say you're crazy because I bought 100 copies of New Mutants number 1 when it first came out, and I was only like 13 years old. Oh, you were just kidding. Okay. Well, you got one copy more than I did. Um, I think that $30 is high for this book, considering everybody knew it was coming out and people were able to pre-order it. Looking at the rest of the series here, the book was $8 to begin with, so maybe 20, 25 is not outrageous on that because of the cover of the price of what it was. People might not have been buying all these different copies and issues because of the price that they were $8 a piece. I wish I bought 100 copies. Yeah. Only if you sold them right now. All right. So my prediction on this one is it's not going to hold $35 value, but I see it holding 20. This is a legacy number 400. I can see it holding 20 to 22. I have no idea what the back cover looks like, how dark it is, because that's going to be another reason why it is going to be a pain in the neck. I mean, if the back is a light covered back cover, you can get a lot of color rub. The black from this on the light from that, and vice versa. So 9.8 is going to be a little tougher. So it's going to drop, but it's not going to drop a tremendous amount. I think 25 is going to be more of a fair price on this one. I don't know how many copies were printed. All right. So now I've got to pick a boom and a bust. See, I got to stop, reload all these dang screens so I can stop seeing log in. That's the first time that that's actually happened to me where I've had to re-log um, in the middle of looking at something. That'd be logged out like that. Hmm. What's the bust and what's the boom? I mean, there's a few here that I think are really going to drop in price. Oh, duh. Okay. Let's get the bust out of the way. Uh, oh. So what I think is going to be the bust for this particular week, and probably for the next few weeks to come, we're going to see this book on this list, is going to be that Earth X first appearance and one first cover appearance and one page cameo appearance of Shalabal as the Silver Surfer. I think there we knew that we were getting Shalabal. We knew the character, the person, the actress that was cast as it, but I didn't think we thought how bad it was going to look. And I think a lot of people are dumping this book right now. And I think that's why it's up on this list because of just sheer quantities that are being sold. And people are dropping the price just to get rid of it. It's a it's a seller's market. I mean, a buyer's market right now. So I think as people are like, I just want to get this thing out of my collection and get whatever I can for it. It didn't pan out. You got to see this book really really drop. So that's my prediction on this particular book. Now, what do we have as far as a boom? What book do I think has the best chance to go up, or at least out of all these books, the least chance to go down? Um, Honestly, if I were looking at this time, this is a decent time to do it. And I'm going to refresh the screen ahead of time so I can not see sign in. I'm looking at grades right now, which tells you I'm looking at an older book. And if you remember the list, you probably know which one I'm looking at. And only newsstand was available in 1976. So I would be going for that Daredevil 131 first appearance of Bullseye, even though it's got the yellow barcode, which I hate. It has a Mark Jewelers. It has a UK price. But the fact that an 8.5 just sold for $255 a week ago, that gives me hope that I could find something affordable. 7.5 sold for 275. I think that 8.0 is too high. I mean, you got to remember when you're looking at books like this, you're also looking at the page quality. So it could have been a 255 with cream pages, and the 8.0 could be white pages. So that page quality is going to make a difference when you're looking at something like this. But with the Daredevil series ended, and we are waiting now and to hear something about the Punisher special presentation. We don't think that Bullseye is going to be in it. You're going to see Bullseye in season 2 of Daredevil, which will be next year. This is a good time to go grab that character. Same thing with like Sabretooth too. Like, same thing I said before. 25 Perez checking in saying hi, everyone. So that's my boom pick for this week is the Daredevil 131. I think that this is one of those key books that just will continue to slowly go up in value. It's a safe investment. All right. So what do you say? I get myself here and I guess tomorrow I'll try to get here on the computer again so I can redo the Patreon and YouTube member page so I can be ready for Wednesday again. For this. I hate editing. I hate it. All right. So let me say, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to smash that like button, click on notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. Subscribe. It really does help as well. And if you have any friends that you think would enjoy the channel, send them the link. It couldn't hurt. So Wednesday, remember this 2 days from now, New Comic Book Day, we've got our weekly giveaway is I want to show some of the books that I got, but also books that I give to you guys. And one of the books that somebody is going to be walking away is that cover, that beautiful Supergirl cover from Superman's Summer of Superman special. Having a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys did too. Until I see you in the next video, though, mahalo.